Hi, everybody. It's Kelly. I'm back for round 2. Okay, so we have 2 granny squares for our granny square chicken. They turned out kind of cute. I kind of like them. How'd yours turn out? Do they look good? Are you happy with them? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do in this is we are going to talk about all of this mess that we've got going on here. Okay? Some need to be weaved in and some don't. Okay? Now, first of all, I'm going to make sure my circles are good. So for this part, you're going to need a yarn needle. Let me see if you see the hole on that. This is a plastic one. You can get them on Amazon. They're decently cheap. You can buy a whole set for probably of metal ones with plastic ones for, I don't know, probably about $4 or $5, and it comes in a little tube you can keep them in too. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this granny square and I'm going to turn it over to where all the yarn pieces are. I'm going to thread it on the hook here. This is my center one where I started. So I'm going to slip it in here. Okay. Got it on my needle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it underneath some of the stitches that are there in the circle. Okay. Just like this. See how I run it underneath the stitches? I'm just going to pull it through. Keep going. This is called weaving in your ends, and people say they don't like to do this part. I try to do it as quickly as I can so that I don't have to do this part, okay? So make sure that when you're doing it, you're only going under the same color. Okay, you can go as far as you want or back where you want, whatever you want to do. Okay, just pull it through. Now, after a few, you can take that yarn right there. I wouldn't cut it close. I would cut it a little longer because that could technically be inside of your chicken. If you cut it too close, it has a chance of running its way back through. So the trick is to go in one way, turn, and go the other way back, and then turn, go the other way back. I've not ever done that, which is why my yarn all fell out. I like that beginning where you tie it on and it makes a knot, really, so that you can't get loose. Then I just weave in my ends to make it look pretty. So we're going to move on to the white, or the lighter color pink here. And if you have 2 of them, and you can look to see if that's your right side or your wrong side. That's my right side. That's my right side, so I don't want to weave them in. I don't want to. I do like this side better, though. Very interesting. Okay. So if you want to, on your granny chicken, now, if you're making a blanket, you can do this, but it's not suggested. Since it's right here and they're close together decently, see how close they are together, I'm going to just tie them in a little knot for time purposes. I would do 3 loops, hit them as tight as you can without tearing up your work, and then you can cut them close, okay? So that one's done. Now, I've got 2 more here that are pretty close together, however, and that's the wrong side. So what I would do is I would tie them together since it's on the wrong side. Okay. Right side, you want to be real careful. You want to make sure that people don't see it. Your first one is tight, it's taut, but it's not incredibly tight. Okay, your third one, your third time you knot it, I would make sure it's real tight, okay? Now, hit this with a little boop right there, and now I got one more yarn end to weave in on this one. Oh, I didn't get it all in there. Put a little spit on it. Sometimes it helps. Okay. So this one's a little farther out. So what I would do is I would run it under some pinks, dark pinks. And if you closer, if you can get that yarn to split in half in your stitches, it will stay in there. Okay, now. We're going to go back the other way with it, just to be on the safe side. Then I'm going to clip it off. This is my wrong side, so leave a little bit of fuzzy there. Okay, so now my yarn edges are weaved in. I have some knots, yes. Not suggested if you're making a blanket to do knots. However, that's your choice. Nobody tells you what to do in crochet. Just remember that. This one, I'm going to tuck this way and put him in the back. Okay, so next one, same idea. I've got 2 light pinks really close together. I'm going to make sure first that this is my wrong side. Okay, this is my right side where these are. So if there's like a hole, see how you have like right here at the end of this yarn, there's a hole. Push it through the hole. Okay? It's probably meant to be on that side to start with. If you can do that. If you can't do that without making it look really strange, then don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, this one can go through right here. Right here, actually. I'm going to put it through this one too. Okay, now I've got a few of them pushed to the back, see? And I've got some that are decently close together, and I know this is the wrong side of my work, so I'm going to knot them. Be on the safe side. Now, these kind of chickens would not be recommended for a little child because they will pull the stuffing out and eat it. Nobody wants that. Makes for a messy cleanup. If you give it to a dog, chances are the dog is going to eat the stuffing out of it. Okay, these are just strictly pretties. You can make granny squares that don't have holes in them. And those are on YouTube. And they'll be done similar to our next row here that we're going to do. Okay. These are finishing touches. Okay. That need to be done before you move on to the next step. Gives you a little chance to think about what you've done. See if you really like what you've done. See if you're worth it wasting stuffing. Okay. So. Center one. It's on the wrong side, so I'm going to poke it in here. Make sure you get all those little threads in there too, because it makes for an interesting setup there. Okay. I pulled mine out, of course. That's how I roll. Okay. So I went through here, I pulled it through. Okay. Just gonna leave them out. Like so. Okay. Last but not least, this one. And okay, pull it through, give them a little snip. Okay, now, put that up somewhere where you can find it again because you need it to weave in all of your ends, okay? So, if you make 1,000 of these, you're going to need that little yarn needle right there. Okay, now, this is my wrong side. See how I don't see any legs in my stitches? And this is my right side. See how I'm just looking at it straight on, but I can see all my legs. See those? Okay. Same thing for this one. This side is your wrong side. This side. Well, let's find a different end here. That didn't look right. Okay. So this side is your right side. But I'm going ahead of myself a little bit because we got one more row to make. We got to make this row right here. Okay? So if we go diagonally and we count from our ring, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You're going to go from here. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, So technically, well, wait a minute. Did I not do enough rounds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't count the round one. Okay. So our next color is a brown, or we could do beige. Should I do beige? And I could do his eyebrow. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to take our beige out. Now, okay, so Henrietta has double. All right, so if you look at someone else's work, you can kind of figure out what they've done. If you look at this, you know it's a granny square. You can count how many rows they went, okay? And then you can kind of look here and see what they did up here. So these, if you look, you could tell that they are double crochets, just like this one. You maybe see it better here. See that? That's double crochet, day and night. See the two? This is a single, okay? Okay, so we're going to do my flippy floppy. Take it over my finger and then I want to put it through. Pull up that little loop. There's my two dangles. Pull them, there you go. Okay, and I'm going to hold on to my tail and pull my yarn. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start somewhere where we did not end. Because sometimes when you do that, like on mine, it makes a little dip right here. It makes the square look off. I don't know if you can see it or not. Kind of right there you can, but it's right here. See that? It's a little wonky right here. There's not really a hole here. There's not, it's wonky. Okay? So what I would do is where I finished off my last slip knot right here, I would go to the exact other side. And on this one, you're going to crochet in all underneath these little V's, okay? So what I would do is I would pick a spot on my V's. Usually I pick in the stitches because it's easier to hide. If you do it here, it's gonna kind of show. So you want your little knot to be right here in the middle, your little starter point. So, insert my thread, right? I'm going to go right here, right in the smack dab middle of it. Now, I've got my yarn on my hook, and I'm going to take it around to the back, both. Working tail, working yarn. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn it over. I'm going to pull it up through. I'm going to actually, let's do that a different way. Not even close to how I do it. I don't know what in the world I was doing. Thinking about what looked easiest. Not what is easiest. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put it back on my hook. Go back to where I was. Okay. Here's my little jog right here. See my little jog? So I'll move over to a different side. Okay, now I'm going to go in, underneath my two legs there. You're going to put your yarn to the back that you're going to work with. Pull up a loop. Boop. Pull it through. Boop. slip stitch that baby on there. Now I've got the 2. I'm going to yarn over and chain 1 with it. 1. That's it. I'm going to drop that yarn tail and I'm going to do 2, 3. That's a double crochet. That is a chain 3. Okay. Then I'm going to start yarn over, insert under that first 2 legs and do a double crochet. See, I'm not going to the circle this time, or to the hole this time. I'm going, every stitch gets a stitch. Okay. Same time, I'm trying to get that little yarn tail under there. Okay. So I don't have to weave in no ends, because I don't like, sugar. I did a single. Okay. It happens to me frequently. Okay. So, into yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2. Next one, yarn over, insert, 1, 2. When I come to a hole in my work, there's also a hole where I moved my yarn. Oh, I'm too high up right here. Here's my hole for my granny square, and here's my hole. Let's see if I can move my working yarn up right here. That's where I'm going, okay? I'm going to keep going until I come to my corner. Okay, now I'm at my corner. See that? What I'm going to do in my corner is the same thing that I've done for my sides, except for I'm going to do 2 instead of 3. So 2 doubles, chain 2, or take that back. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, make a double crochet. Yarn over, insert my hook. Oops. Yarn over, insert my hook, pull up a yarn, make a double crochet. Do that 3 times. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and do it again. Now, after you do that, you're going to move your yarn over just a little bit because there's a hole right there. See that little tiny hole right there? That's my first stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now I can go on doing my side just like I did. Every stitch gets a stitch, okay? So this is similar to the chain you did, okay? Where you learned how to do your double crochet, so you should already know how to do this. Take a break, stretch my hands out a little bit. Okay, friends, I'm at my corner again. So I'm going to do 3. Two, 3, 1, 2. And I'm going to move over my stitches and make sure I get it in that last little jolly wog there. Got him already. Okay. What this creates is a little bit more solid area on your corner. See there? So you can put your eye in there. Otherwise, your eye's going to be in the hole and be wombling all over. New word of the day, wombling. It'll be wombling all over. Okay. So I'm going to go around and around and around she goes. The corner. So 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3. Don't forget your little bitty in there. Coming up on your tail that you left. So what I would do is lay him down this way. That last stitch there. Then I would try to get him underneath that stitch right there. See how he's sticking straight up? Lay him down. Sugar. Okay. And I would, if I could get him, I would. If I don't, I wouldn't worry about it because he's going to be in the back anyway. He'll be inside. At my corner. Two, 3, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And go to your next, and scooch back. Make sure you get that first little one there. Then you're gonna keep going till you can't go no more and you met up with your other side. Now, you're gonna look for the top of your chain 3, slip in, pull up a loop, pull it through, and pull it through. That's called a slip stitch. Now, we're gonna take off a little bit of our yarn, cut it, make my hole a little bigger, take my yarn, put it through, my tail through there, maybe. Oh, well, I totally missed the hole. Bad vision happens. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. And we're going to pull it tight. Now, what do you think about that? You're going to do the same thing. Whoa. Hope I didn't turn that the wrong way. You're going to do the same thing, friends, to your other one. Okay? So, I'm still going here. Oh, yeah. I am upside down. Sorry. My bad. Okay, so this is how it looks. You're going to do the same exact thing to this side. Okay? And you start on your right side. So this is your wrong side, and this is your right side. See those V's? Pretty V's. That's where you want to do it. So you're going to do that side, and then you're going to sew them together. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and do my second one so that you can kind of see what's going on. And I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it so you can kind of do it with me. That way if you get stuck, you can back up or whatever you need to do, okay? So here's where I pulled my other through, remember? So I want to go on completely opposite side. We'll pretend like you're not here, but you are here, so. corner. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, get my little stitch in there. 2, I do have some fancy facts, funny little facts about chickens if you can listen and crochet at the same time. If you can't, you can come back and listen to them later. I just thought it would be fun, since we're making a chicken, to have a few facts about chickens. There are more chickens in the world than there are humans. Pretty interesting, right? The other fun fact is, and country people know this, it makes me mad because the people on Survivor never know this, but I think I learned this. I was a city kid, and I think I learned this in like 3rd grade. I don't know. You don't need a rooster for the hen to lay an egg. She don't need a man, girls. She only needs a man to reproduce. So if she wants to make a baby chick, or you want baby chickens, then you need a rooster. But they always kill one of the hens first on Survivor because they're stupid and they think that she needs a rooster. Keep the hens, make some more eggs. Get rid of that rooster. He don't do nothing but make a bunch of noise anyway. That's not true, because my rooster, Chuck Norris, used to keep the hens safe from my rambling dogs, like I said, that I have. Oop, I put 2 stitches in the same hole there. The other fun fact I found was that chickens actually speak language to other chickens. So they do talk to each other. They might be talking about you, you know. This girl find a man. She gonna get her nails pretty. Oh, boy, she need to do something with them nails. This is Kelly's sick humor, okay? I'm not making fun of nobody, but every time I go to the nail place, that's what they tell me. Girl, you get your man? I'm like, no, honey, I already have a man. Boy, you nails nasty. I know they are. Why I come here to see you? What's the other one I heard? Whoops, knocked you down. There's another one I heard, but I can't think of what it is. Or I looked up. Baby chicks make noise before they come out of the shell, before they hatch. And the mama chicken is always talking to them, which I thought was sweet. So they know her voice. It's like human babies know your voice. And, oh, I know what the other one was. It had nothing to do with chickens, but today is Happy Milk Chocolate Day. Eat a candy bar, girls. It's Happy Milk Chocolate Day. So if you ever go on Survivor, you can thank me for your info about the chickens. Maybe somebody on there will be like, no, eat the rooster, save the hen. What they don't know is they don't have to starve. That hen will make an egg every day, probably. They could all eat in a couple of days. They could eat coconut in a couple of days. They could have some protein. Everybody could have an egg. They don't think, though. Suppose they're stupid. I haven't had no idea. But I'm a big Survivor fan. Love to watch Survivor. So, Probst. Tell them how the chicken thing works. Okay? Do it for us country girls out here. Or as Laura Ingalls, Nellie would say to Laura Ingalls and Mary, country girls. Okay, so I'm just about done here with this. And maybe, just maybe, I get you to a stopping point before I have to leave to go to CR. At our church, we have a program called Celebrate Recovery. Basically, it's about how Jesus can heal you from anything. Okay, so I don't go because I have drug and alcohol problems, which you would think a recovery program would be about. I go because I have an ingrained thing in my psyche, my mind, that people don't really like me. Okay? They don't really care if I'm here or not. They don't really care to see me. They don't really care to be my friend. They don't really like me. They have ulterior motives. Okay? Now, I don't know if that comes from growing up near Chicago or growing up in a family where I didn't always know if they liked me or not. You know? I was sort of the black sheep. Sort of. They probably would never admit it, because I never admit to what I feel like was done wrong to me. They just feel like I'm bipolar or something. I don't know. But truly believe in my heart that people just don't like me. I never had many friends in school. I had a few. Get me wrong, I had a few. But I had one or two close ones. I'll scoot you back so we can talk. Gosh darn it. I wasn't, there. I wasn't in the cliques, per se. Now, I went to class reunions here not too long ago, and everyone's like, oh my God, I love you so much. And I was thinking, why didn't you tell me that in school? Because I really didn't know that. Like, I really felt like an outsider. So, I have 2 squares that are perfectly matching. And I think we're at 45 minutes again. I think we ought to maybe delay this until tomorrow. So you work on your granny squares, friends, and I'm going to work on myself. And we'll finish them tomorrow. Always smile. Tell somebody they're beautiful because you don't know what they're going through. So I'm going to go listen to Jesus for a little while, and I'm going to talk to my friends there, and that's what I'm going to do. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody, and don't let the bad get you down. Just keep on pushing. Keep that smile rolling. Keep them giggles coming. And always know that I care if you're here. And so do a lot of other people, I'm sure. I'm Kelly, and this is It's Art. Right? Crochet. See you tomorrow, loves.